Welcome everybody to We Chat by We Connect. I'm Coris Bosch. Today I'm going to be talking to two amazing ladies. I'm going to be talking to Sabine Caberdan, who is from FIDEM, and also from Joanne Attard, who is from Embrace Diversity. Hello, ladies. Sabine, how are you today?
Hi, Coris. I'm fine. Thank you very much. And thank you for accepting to be one of the moderators, facilitators in our We Chats.
It's my pleasure, my pleasure. Lovely to see you. Joanne, how are you today?
I'm really good. Thank you so much for having me here and for bringing attention to such an important cause like Embrace Diversity.
Fantastic. Basically, what we'll be doing during these chats is to talk a little bit about the importance of NGOs. Now, I'm going to start off with a question. Sabine, what is the difference between an NGO and a voluntary organization? Are they the same thing?
So that's a very good question. We hear so much about the work of NGOs and VOs and foundations and not-for-profit foundations. And sometimes I'm afraid that we don't manage to get the message across well enough to the viewers for them to understand the fundamentals and the importance of NGOs. So basically, an NGO is a non-governmental organization, NGO. So it's an abbreviation of non-governmental organization. And the importance of such a structure is that they are detached from the government so that they could lobby their thoughts, their ethos, their mission, and somehow get their points across. So then one day, hopefully, through their lobbying, they could get their message in Parliament through a bill and finally and ultimately promulgated and becomes law. Foundations and NGOs have existed for a very long time here in Malta. However, they were only enacted and they've only become law in 2007. So there's a formality today. So one has to become a voluntary organization, you don't have to enroll as the officer for voluntary organizations. However, if you do enroll your organization into this office, you have perks. For example, you can promote your work as a voluntary organization, and you can also encourage the government to partner up in certain initiatives. So voluntary organization does not have to be a foundation. Foundation, a not-for-profit foundation, then to become a not-for-profit foundation, you have to then go to the registrar of legal persons, and then just like you would enact a contract with the government, this is the same thing. It's a contract whereby you enact the foundation with the Register for Legal Persons. So it is important that we find this distinction between a foundation and a VO or an NGO, and the importance of the work of NGOs and VOs, which is vital.
Yes, in fact, there are almost 1,500 NGOs in Malta. That's a lot. So I can imagine you've got the bigger ones and then the smaller ones. And it's important that we give a voice to all of them. In fact, Joanne, I'll move on to you now, if I may. You are going to be talking to us a little bit about Embrace Diversity. Can you give us a little bit of background about it?
So Embrace Diversity is an organization, it's a new initiative. It is designed for children and youth with special needs, sensory issues, and intellectual disabilities. Children with special needs struggle to lead a normal life like other children. So the older they get, the harder it is to have a social, interactive life, because obviously no one wants the responsibility of looking after a child or a youth with special needs. And so they are isolated, they become lonely as well. So Embrace is a place where we're going to offer social interaction for them, learning life skills and learning a lot of doing physiotherapy, aquatherapy, all these therapies that will help them grow as individuals, to make them feel as humans, we all have this need to feel strong, to feel important, you know. And this is what it's going to give them, what Embrace gives these children. They are doing something valuable to society as well, between themselves. They're living, like, apart from having fun and learning, they feel like they belong. And Embrace is a part where they belong. These children go through a lot of challenges. I mean, they keep going in and out of hospitals, operations and everything. So they need to have something to look forward to. They bring a lot of joy. And when they are happy, they bring happiness to all those around them. You know, when they have something to offer to society, and Embrace is doing that.
Before we were having a quick pre-chat, and we were talking about the fact that children with special needs, there are places where they might go, but then it becomes a little bit of a problem when they get a little bit older. For example, I know that you are mum to Jake, who's a teen now, and obviously the dynamic changes. When they are children, it's one thing. When they grow older and they want to have a social life and they start being independent, there are certain skills that they need to learn. And especially if they are going to go out in what we call the big bad world. So will Embrace Diversity be helping them in this as well?
Yes, what we're going to do, what Embrace will do is give them a place where they belong, where they're going to be having activities specifically for them, like group homes where they have a live-in and they can go over and spend, for example, a weekend and go out, take them out. They're all going to be grouped with similar abilities. So Jake is going to be 16. He's going to be grouped with a group of friends that are similar to his abilities. So no one is going to feel less or more than the other. And the beauty of that, they love to spend time together. They want to have that independence. They want to be independent from mommy and daddy or from the family or from their therapist. They want to do things with their friends. Obviously, there's always going to be an adult monitoring them, their therapist, but for them, they're friends as well. So
yes,
it's not,
social life is important.
Social life, yes. They're going to have, this is a place where they have a social life rather than just being with the family, school, and therapies. That's it.
Yes. Understood. Thank you. I'll come back to you in a minute, Joanne, if I may.
Sure.
Sabine, let's go back to you very quickly. Tell us a little bit about FEEDEM.
Well,
Your baby.
to be fair, Corries, before I even talk about FEEDEM, because I feel that I want to create this space for all the NGOs out there, if I may. Sorry, I'm turning it around.
Not at all.
In a very lawyer fashion way, but I apologize. However, no, I really want to stress this fact that this space is being created for all the NGOs out there. So it's not about me, it's not about FEEDEM, it's not about Reconnect, it's about all the various NGOs out there who are striving to make ends meet in these very tough times of COVID, who have invaluable missions and they dedicate so much time and energy to get their ethos across and they they're battling against the currents to keep their foundations and NGOs together. So I really want to get this message across, because for me primarily my focus for now is just wanting to get every NGO out there, and thankfully we started with Embrace and Joanna, which they do this fantastic work. So I really want to put the spotlight on this, that every week, every fortnight, we're going to be having different NGOs coming to us. I'm sorry, but because I am not someone that likes the spotlight on me and talk about FEEDEM, I had to put this disclaimer.
Okay, disclaimer noted. So it's not all about FEEDEM, okay? But yes, of course, you'll be featuring a number of NGOs with a message. And don't worry, we're going back to Joanne afterwards, okay?
But it's her spotlight, it's her time.
But it's the first one today. So today we'll have you. Maybe next time we won't have you.
No, I won't be here.
It's nice to give a little bit of background about you as well, and about what FEEDEM does and what Reconnect is, just as a little bit of an introduction.
Yes, of course, Mela. FEEDEM has been established for 3 years now, and basically the main pillar of FEEDEM Charity Foundation is educate to empower. So it's built on 3 pillars: educate, empower, achieve. And we give our main program is basically an educate to empower program, whereby we give scholarships, we give grants to various individuals, underprivileged individuals, that for some reason or other were not able to pursue their studies earlier on in their lives. So we give them a second chance in pursuing their educational studies in the hope for a better future, to live a self-sustainable life on their own 2 feet without having to depend on anything and anyone. So, for example, at the moment, we have 2 women undertaking, one is undertaking an ACCA course, and we have supplied a sponsorship together generously with PwC. We have another girl who had to get out of school at the age of 14, and because she had to support her siblings and her family. When she was 16, 17, she realized how, you know, not having any education and sort of background is a detriment to her well-being. So she came to us to see if we could help her, as she had no finances to reintegrate back to school. Now today she's in 6th form, and we've helped her with educational books, her laptop. She's in 2nd year, 6th form. She's doing extremely well, and ultimately her dream is to go to university and study law and read law at university. So
that's amazing.
So we have these kind of amazing, empowering, beautiful stories where, you know, to me, it's what gives me my driving force to carry on with our mission and our ethos at Freedom Foundation through these grants and scholarships.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Sabine. Let's move back to Jo. Jo, you're quite a new organization.
Yes. Yes, it's been set up 3 years ago. 3 years.
How can people help you? What do you need? How can people further your mission?
So we would like, first of all, for the public to know about Embrace, because a lot of people still don't know about it.
Yes.
This is an NGO. The expenses are really, really high. This is a mother that set it up, and we joined as board members. From personal money, she spent everything because her daughter, there was nowhere where she could take her to it. And we all want our children to have the best. So she created the best for her daughter. She's doing this, but she's also doing it for a lot of other children. Presently, there are 21 children that are benefiting from Embrace. We have the summer program, which is really interesting. And there is going to be so much fun for them, for the children. I got my son.
A little bit what the summer program entails.
So it's aimed, there's going to be indoor and outdoor activities. We're going to have swimming, therapy, aquatherapy, physiotherapy, OT, gardening, cooking, because the cooking, for example, we all take it for granted, but this teaches children like my son, for example, hand-eye coordination and weight and measuring, and even just setting up a table. And, you know, these are things that we take for granted, but they need to be taught, and they need to be taught by people that are capable of doing it, because
of course
mothers understand children don't always listen to mommy.
Sometimes it's easier if it's somebody outside from the family.
So
absolutely.
If someone is teaching them how to set a table, or even do a bed, learning life skills, or even we're going to teach them how to do laundry. There's going to be a washing machine to teach them how to do laundry, especially the youths, so that these are semi-independent life skills. They're going to be learning, which will be valuable for, because let's face it, I'm not here forever, neither are the other parents. And it is a huge worry for us. Who's going to look after my son? You don't want to burden anyone.
Yeah.
So Embrace is a place where they're going to learn through fun, learn much valuable skills that are needed through having fun and with friends, and learning how to, in turn, taking and sharing. There's a lot to be learned. Even just simple gardening, apart from calming the children down, it's therapeutic for us, let alone for children with special needs, different abilities. we would like eventually for the public to donate to help support Embrace, because without the support of the public, it's very difficult to give, the best. Since presently, I mean, we have very little help, let's face it, but I know we will get there, and we're gonna make it happen one way or another with the generosity of.
Yes. So awareness, obviously,
Awareness.
one, and then donations. And also, if there are people who can help you in kind. If there is somebody who is very good at gardening, for example, or who can cook, not me.
Yes.
Can they help?
Yes, definitely. Whoever wants to volunteer would like to spend some time in a lovely environment with children that will make you go home smiling, because they're full of love and full of joy. They make you want to go back and spend time with them, because there's their innocence and they see life as beautiful. For them, there's no problems, it's just beautiful. Everything is wonderful. They're happy with the simplest of things that you do with them, the attention. So if you want to get that feeling and want to spend some time and teaching something voluntarily, even maybe students that are in university and they want to have a hands-on experience with children that are with special needs, lessees that are studying, and they want to come and spend some time, they are more than welcome. They can send us an email on Embrace or on our Facebook page, and we will get in contact and we will organize this to make it happen.
And as you said, they're giving something, giving their time and giving their expertise, but they're also definitely getting something in return. And I can vouch for this because I know Jake, and he's such an amazing kid. And when I used to meet him when he was small, when I used to teach him, it's the joy that you get out of it is just immeasurable. So yes, there's that as well.
You'll get a lot of I love you and hugs and kisses.
Yes, I remember the hugs.
What I need to point out is, because these are vulnerable children, it's important now because of COVID as well, these are vulnerable children. It's important that whoever is interested, if possible, they are vaccinated. They need to be vaccinated, because obviously this can cause, if an adult passes the virus to one of these children, it can have devastating effects. So we're very cautious about this. All the precautions are being taken, and everything is. You have to go the extra mile.
Yes, careful. Yes. Of course. Thank you, Jo. It's been so nice.
Thank you so much.
Sabine, do you want to add anything before we conclude today?
I can just say that when I spoke to Jo earlier on, I was completely amazed. I was in awe of her at the positivity she exudes in such situations. And it was all about the positiveness that her son gives her. And that, I think, is the most unselfish, beautiful gift that God has given her. And I mean, I'm in complete awe, because when you see that many times a lot of teenagers, youths, adults as well, are so taken in on just the materialistic things in life and how we look and how beautiful we are, and that when you see someone as humble, as humane as Joanne, it just keeps me without any words, literally speechless. So I think I've learned from her, and I've learned from Embrace. So thank you so much. We've learned from you that I think with positivity in your life and always looking at the silver lining rather than the dark cloud, we can get to places together, stronger together.
In fact, when I think of Joanne, I always think of her with that smile. Look, it's there now.
It's all the time. It's really beautiful.
It really is.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Anyway,
may I say something?
Yes, of course. Go ahead.
I am a mother of a child that's non-verbal, and he's never called me mom. So when your child calls you mom for the millionth times, just appreciate how beautiful that is, because there are mothers like me that dream
Mhm.
and wish for that to happen. So really appreciate your children. No matter how naughty they are, tell them you love them, tell them you're proud of them. I do it every single day with my child, no matter how naughty and difficult he can be with me. But when I put him to bed, I love you, mommy's so proud of you, you make me happy. He is my happiness. Let the children know that they are your happiness, because this is what the world needs. This is what these children need. They don't need a laptop. They don't need an iPad. They don't need a phone. They need you to know that you love them.
I am definitely going to have these words in my head every time my daughter calls me for the millionth time, and sometimes I'll be like, ah! So thank you, Jo. You are so right.
Yes.
And that's going to be in my mind for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Same here. I'm going to finish this and go off to give him a hug. Somewhere over there, being quite good today. Okay, we seem to have lost Sabine. Oh, there she is. Okay,
Yeah,
I just wanted to say thank you both. Jo, you got me all emotional, so I'm going to have to go and have a look.
Same here.
Mascara is like
I'm
somewhere
sorry.
No, it's absolutely beautiful. You're such an amazing person. You really are. Yeah, you as well, Sabine. Okay, don't get it. I'm not going to leave you out. Both really strong women, and it was really my pleasure to speak to both of you. I hope everybody else has enjoyed this wee chat today, and basically we'll see you again soon. If you are interested in learning more about either Feed Them or Embrace, please do go on their Facebook pages. Somehow you'll find them, and do find out a bit about them. If you can volunteer, if you can donate, but most importantly, know about them and know about the good work that they do. Thank you very much, both of you, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doris. Thank you, Jo.
Thank you both. Thank you, Sabine. Thank you, Coris. And
Good
thank you to
evening.
everyone. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
We foster and nurture a culture of empowerment. Through education, arts, and well-being support, we offer a safe space to achieve positive and lasting change in your life. An innovative charity foundation that serves you and the community by engaging the most vulnerable with hope, knowledge, and opportunity. Welcome home. Freedom Charity Foundation. We connect. Here to help.